Why do import-export prices influence the consumer price index? Imagine shopping for a new phone or a pair of shoes. The prices you see are not just decided by the store but also by what it costs to bring those items to your country. That's where import and export prices come into play. These prices tell us how much it costs to buy goods from other countries or sell goods abroad. They are a big part of understanding how prices change over time. The Consumer Price Index, or CPI, is a number that shows how much the prices of everyday goods and services are changing. It looks at things like food, clothes, rent, and transportation. Many of these items are imported from other countries or are affected by international trade. When import prices go up, it costs more to bring those goods into the country. That extra cost can be passed on to consumers, making everything more expensive. So, if the price of imported electronics or clothing rises, the CPI will likely go up too. On the flip side, export prices matter because they influence how much money domestic companies make from selling goods abroad. If export prices increase, companies earn more, which might lead to higher wages or more investment. Those higher wages can make goods and services more expensive for consumers. Import prices are especially important because they reflected the cost of goods before they reach the store shelves. If tariffs or trade policies change, they can make imports more costly. For example, if tariffs on steel increase, the price of steel-based products like cars or appliances might rise. This increase then filters down to the retail prices consumers pay. Sometimes, import price indexes exclude tariffs to show the pure change in the cost of goods, but overall, they give a good idea of how international costs influence domestic prices. Different countries and products affect import prices in different ways. If the United States imports a lot from countries with low production costs, import prices tend to stay stable or fall. But if trade relationships change or sourcing shifts, import prices can rise or fall, impacting the overall inflation rate. Monitoring import and export prices helps economists and policymakers see what's happening outside the country that could affect prices inside. Since these prices are influenced by global market conditions, they act as early signals for inflation trends. This helps in making decisions about interest rates and other economic policies to keep inflation in check. In short, import and export prices influence the consumer price index because they directly affect the cost of goods and services that people buy. When import prices rise, consumer prices tend to follow, pushing inflation higher. When export prices change, they impact the economy's overall health, which can also influence what consumers pay. Tracking these prices gives us a clear picture of how international trade impacts everyday costs and helps us understand inflation better.